I grew up going to church fairly often. My mom would take me and my younger brother. It didn't have a whole lot of meaning at that time. We were young. It wasn't until high school that I got more involved in a Christian youth group. I feel like at that time, like right after accepting Christ in high school, that's a point where I was really strong in my faith, and then still kind of immature, but definitely strong, and that started to fall out during college. I think for both of us, we kind of had a similar arc where we were real strong at first and then sort of slipped away a little bit and then, found it again.
I grew up in a Christian home, very strong Christian home. So I had a lot of those fundamentals growing up. Throughout high school, attended youth group, retreats, was even a camp counselor, got into college, and still kind of was really involved with campus-focused ministry at the University of Akron. After graduating college, turning 21, that was my time to party. That was my time to go out and have fun and be carefree about things. All right, so it was February of 2006, and a friend of mine had invited me to an Army ball, like a big gala type event. I noticed him immediately when he walked through the door, and he started coming over our way, and I was really hoping that this was one of my friend's friends that was also coming to meet us, and it was Jeff.
So I called her, we got together, we ended up making it official and starting dating, and then started living together about a year after we started dating.
Living together kind of accelerated us into this family type unit, but not really a family unit, to where Jeff wasn't yet my husband, but he was more than just a boyfriend. So when it came to making life decisions, that was always a hard thing to do, because it was like, okay, well, we might not, if we don't stay together, then what?
And I think at that stage in our lives, we were kind of a little bit selfish, a little bit looking out for ourselves kind of thing. And so we had that foundation, right off the bat.
It was in 2010 that we got married. So we were married, but I feel like life was still kind of in that single college life mode.
Yeah. It was good, but it wasn't deep. And there were all kinds of little things developing that we didn't know were going to cause problems later on. Well, Andrea was pregnant, so she had Silas, and immediately after, it's kind of like the flaws in a relationship after you have a baby and after things get real serious and there's time commitments and pressure, all that stuff just comes out. On top of that, I was working out of town right after Silas was born, 4 days a week. So I was gone a lot. Andrea was doing everything on her own.
So being home alone, working full-time, caring for this new child and the house and all of those other responsibilities, I really did feel like a single mom.
Through all this, I was struggling with porn and lust, and just, now I know the damage and the hurt that was causing Andrea, and just how that was eating away at the intimacy of our marriage.
There were days of constant fighting or silence. I did not like one bit of our relationship, and unless things got so much better, I was ready for a divorce.
So yeah, I was not staying at home. Andrea set up a visitation schedule, we had already been divorced, this is when you have Silas, this is when I have Silas, everything was already very separated at that point.
After Silas's birthday in January, we were still doing that visitation type thing. And there was one day that Jeff brought Silas back and wouldn't leave. And I just screaming at him, get out, get out of here. And Jeff just kept refusing, like, this is my house too. That night, fighting with myself, it was God that made me go down those stairs, and I was just gonna go down to first, in my head, I was gonna go down to yell at him some more, and I just broke down.
So since then, we had another child. We have two now, Silas and Ren, 5 and 2. And it just, we wouldn't have had that. We wouldn't have had this family without God, without God's intervention. And just the privilege and the blessing that we get to raise them, and the joy that they bring us and everybody else. It's awesome.
Some of the reasons why we've kept improving over these years is the people that we've surrounded ourselves with. You joined a CLC group. Our community group really, when we let them know what was going on in our lives, they surrounded us.
Thinking about how we got from where we were to where we are now, I actually thought of it last night. We were at worship night, the song "Do It Again." Everyone thought that we were done, like with certainty.
Yeah.
So that part in the song, "You made a way when there was no way," like, that's real. We are Jeff and Andrea Pettit, and this is our redemption story.